Andy Johnson, a brief update on the research project that I am conducting. This is looking at the impact of a meaning-based reading intervention for two struggling readers who are reading at grade level 1. They are in 4th grade. This intervention is designed to develop all three cueing systems the brain uses when creating meaning with print. The semantic, which is meaning, context, what's in the head, syntactic, which is grammar and word order, and phonological, which is letter sound systems. I'm noticing and looking for change in meaningful miscues. These are when what the student reads, says orally, does not match what is on the page, but still makes sense within the context of the sentence. Self-corrections, this is when a student reads something, realizes it is not correct, and goes back and makes the correction. This reflects metacognition and mature reading behavior, and we like to see this. I began noticing something else, grammatically correct miscues. The miscue makes no sense in the sentence, but it serves the same grammatical function as the target word. So this tells me that the student is using the syntactical cueing system, grammar and word order, to create meaning with print. Other things I'm noticing is affect, emotion, changes in the journal entries as part of their language experience approach, and personal connections with what they are reading. The materials, I'm using a meaning-based intervention from Reasearch. It's based on that. And I'm using online reading materials from Reading A to Z. I love their stuff. It's online. It's simple. You can get lots of books quickly, and students are able to choose books at a variety of levels. So this works perfectly for our computer-based reading intervention. Now this is, we've just completed week 4, and daily 15-minute sessions. This is what they get every day. On Monday, October 9th, I did a second analysis of their reading using a qualitative reading inventory. This is after 4 weeks, and we don't expect too much there, but student A read the same passage as he read 4 weeks ago. Slight improvement on word identification and meaningful miscues, nothing too significant there. But the biggest difference was in fluency rates. Every day we've been doing fluency activities, and I'll show you what those are. And we don't expect to see too much after 4 weeks, but I was surprised at the jump in fluency. You might say, well, he read the same passage 4 weeks later. Well, 4 weeks later is not enough to notice and remember what you have read before. So that could be a variable, but I don't think that is the variable. I tend to think it is the repeated reading activities we're doing, but we shall see. We'll keep taking measurements there. Same thing with student B, same passage. Again, slight improvements in word identification, slight improvements in self-corrections, but pretty noticeable improvements in fluency. And word percentage identification of 94 to 98. I got a little excited with this student and said, okay, we're doing so great, I'm going to bump her up a grade level and see what happens. Well, I frustrated the student, so I learned, just swim within your lane, stay in your lane. Okay, here's what we do with fluency. They get a short passage. Now, words per minute where they read a passage for 1 minute, that can be too overwhelming for struggling readers. So I break a really silly story into daily sections, and in each section, I mark off either a 30 or 40 word increment. So students read to their target word, and they are timed. So instead of reading for 1 minute, here's the really silly story, they read it through until they hit their target word. And it usually starts out around 20 seconds, and then students get down to 30 seconds. And then students record their time on a line graph. So every day they get to see themselves getting better. This develops self-efficacy and a little bit of self-determination as well. But they see themselves getting better, and this is a good thing. As I said, my one mistake, I got excited. I saw these great results in fluency and a slight bump in word identification. So automatically I said, wow, let's just bump it up a notch. And I have to stay within my lane. I will be using the same grade level material, be using different passages next time. But in 4 more weeks, I'll be taking a measure again. That is a brief update of my research project, Meaning-Based Reading Intervention.